Hello, designers and creatives. I am so excited because this little project is my reveal for finishing this climbing rose wall. How fun is that for getting started? Now, those of you who are just coming on, I am going to really quick put you guys in place so I can show you guys how this reveal ended up. So if you were on the live yesterday, you know that I started working on this piece right here. So what I did is I had this like chicken wire stuff that I got from Michael's, and then I had this thin wire. Super fun, right? And what I did was I rolled this out and I had only 5 vines for this one. And I rolled that out. And then I started adding all of this to it, like sewing it in. It did take a second, but not nearly as long as I thought it was going to take. Didn't it turn out really cool, you guys? I'm really excited for this for the barn. It's like such a fun reveal. Okay, I see some of you guys coming in. So come on in, say hello. I want to talk to you guys about a few different things today. I know I haven't done a lot of teaching recently because I've been showing you guys all the stuff that's coming in, but I thought I would talk to you guys and show you guys what's going on with the barn, but also the design work I've been recently doing, okay? So hopefully you like this. I'm going to give you guys another up close of it because I just showed it at the beginning. So if you weren't right here at the live, but look how fun that turned out. So let me tell you a little bit about because you kind of saw the process yesterday for getting it started and working on it. So I think I said yesterday, how long is this going to take me to do? It's probably going to take such a long time to do. Here's the crazy thing. It actually only took about 45 minutes. Isn't that insane? So I didn't get to it until about 9:30 last night. And the reason is because I needed to finish all the wallpaper samples. And I would love for you guys to vote. For those of you who are coming in, come on in and say hello. I don't know why that little icon keeps coming up, but if you can come in and say hello, that would be awesome. So last night at about 9:30, I finished all the wallpapers for the barn, and I'm going to show you guys what I ended up deciding. I would love to hear your guys' opinions about one of the wallpapers I haven't fully decided on. So I would love to hear what you guys think. Anyway, so this is going to go in the barn, so I have to make a second one. So the reason I thought it was going to take so long is I thought I was going to have to take this little wire and wire in every single flower. As it turns out, these flowers that come in the box come with this like wire piece. So all you do is weave it. You just weave it into the hex, which was great. Like the little hexagons in the chicken wire. The other thing is anything that was longer. So I have these flowers that are longer. Anything that was longer, I didn't cut them short. Instead, I used this and I did the same thing. I just kind of weaved it in. So this, if I had to like sew in every single one of them, not sew in, but wire in every single one of them, I think it would have taken me probably 4 hours. But because I had these wired ones and then anything that was long, so anything that I was cutting off of like a big piece like this, okay, anything I was cutting off with a big piece, I would cut it much longer and then I would just weave it in. And it was like so much faster. It was crazy. So that's my recommendation. That was like it only took me a couple of minutes to kind of figure out, like I can make this faster and easier if I just do it like this. So I'm really, really excited about it because now it's going to be really easy to move around and just like put in. So you guys might see it in the background of videos. I actually think a lot of my videos will be sitting for this. So you'll only see like a small portion of this behind me. Okay. All right. I'd love to share with you guys wallpaper. Okay. I'm just going to grab. My office is the most amazing disaster right now. So I showed you guys that we have these new possibility journals on Amazon. So if you go to Amazon and go to Design Suite, if you just put in Design Suite possibility, it will show up. I think they're called possibility notebooks, but they actually look like this. And this is not, this is the pattern, but this is not the actual one I'm using. They look like this. Okay. And they're like possibility journals. So we have about 6 right now up, and we have like daily planners up. Well, so I knew for a fact I was going to use that pattern. Okay. And I was like, I'm going to use, I want to do it in the navy, which is a little bit crazy, you guys. I'm going to scoot you guys like this way a little bit. You're going to see some more of the mess, but I think it'll be easier. I'm like, where am I standing? So I'm not in front of things. So I'm going to do this pattern right here in the barn for the top. Now it's a little bit crazy. It's navy, it's dark. It's going to darken the room, but I kind of want it this moody vibe. Okay. The other issue is you can see here on this pattern, how tiny it is. Okay. So it's a great size for this, but not great for wallpaper. When I teach wallpaper to people, I'm like, scale is everything. Okay. So scale is everything on wallpaper, you guys. So what I did was the initial one that I printed out, I believe we had it set up as a 6x6. So this is just black and white. So what I do when I'm doing a line is I usually put it up against the wall, right? So I can see what the size is going to be. So I can see it against everything else. And this was just a little bit, actually, this is the right size. It was this one. Let me just show you this one. It was this one. Just a little bit too big. Okay. So like when I laid it up against the wall, I was like, that's just way, way, way too big. I had to rebuild this thing from scratch, which was a little bit annoying, but fine. And we got it down to, yeah, this size. So this square size ended up being the corrected size for the entire thing. And so I think that's going to be the right size for that barn. So I just finished that one. So, I mean, that's the thing about sizing. Once you start rescaling it, it changes everything. Next up, I was feeling still like I'm not sure what I'm going to do about my craft wall. It's just a 73 inch by 73 inch wall. I decided we would just start by putting this particular pattern on it. Once again, scale issue, right? It's a really great scale for this, not so great for a wall. So I played with this a little bit. I ended up going with a really huge size. This coloring is not correct, you guys. If you're like, oh, those colors look bad, Korean, it's because it's just printed off my printer. But this is going to be the scale of this. So it's actually, I know it's really hard for you guys to see, but it's really quite big. So you can see the pieces there. This is why I like fabric is what I always say. Fabric is the medium, right? Scrapbooking is the biggest or smallest, tiniest, right? So scrapbooking or any kind of patterns done here, okay? And then wallpaper is the biggest, okay? So I work in all of those meetings. You guys know this. I was the creative director of a scrapbooking company. I'm a fabric designer for Riley Blake. I was a fabric designer for Northcott. And I do wallpaper for Raspberry Creek. So if you're ever like, oh, how do I find your wallpaper? It's at Raspberry Creek. So people buy their wallpaper from me there. When you do all 3 mediums, you have to think differently. Okay. So those of you who are designers, learning how to design, always, 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 I want you to be thinking differently about depending on the medium you're in. Okay. So this is really such a large scale, but I love it and I'm really excited about it. So that's going to be my craft wall. Okay. Last but not least, I was running into an issue with my downstairs wall and I still haven't made a firm decision on it. Okay. So I'm going to show this to you guys. The colors are incorrect. They're, it's going to be a different blue, but so initially I had this. This is like a secondary. I really, really like the idea of this. Actually on the wall, it was okay. Like I like the sizing. The sizing is okay. I know you guys can't see it against the wall, but like just know like the sizing itself is a pretty good size. But it wasn't quite right for what I wanted to do. It's just like a little bit too much of the creamy color. Like it was too dense, like too close together. The spacing was too close. And what I really wanted to do was create something that had like animals in it. So like interesting animals and different things that maybe made it feel a little more fairy-like because I wanted this cottagey feel. I mean, clearly with this, I wanted this fun cottagey feel behind it, right? And so this is kind of where I started. I'm still taking the same elements that I had, but I'm taking them and trying to figure out what's the best way that I can use them. And it brought me down to 2 different ones, and I haven't decided which one I'm going to do. Last night, I chose one, and this morning, I chose the other one. And so I have to make that order today, and I don't know which I'm going to do. So I'm going to show them to you guys, and I would love to hear in the chat what you guys are thinking. So the initial is what I call the flat version, okay? So this flat version, it feels really soft and cottagey. It has a few different animals in it. There's actually quite a few details that you cannot see on here, but there's lots and lots of lines in all of this. So there's details you can't see just via the camera, but will show up on the wall better, okay? So here's the flat version, okay? So I was like, last night I was like, ooh, I wonder what would happen if I made a duo version. And a duo version, let me just show you the difference here. Do you guys see this? There's actually 2 layers of blue in that, okay? So 2 different layers of blue. And I was like, oh, I think I like that. That's what I ended on last night. But then this morning I got up and looked, and I think I like the flat version better. I think this one has too much of a glowy feel to it. So I'm curious to know what you guys think, and I would love for you to comment for me in the comments which you like better. And then there will be a reveal, and I'll show you which one I end up with. But I think I'm leaning towards the flat one, but I'm not 100%. So I would love to know which ones you guys are thinking. So that will be the basement bottom. And right now I don't have it out. I don't have it out. Christine is saying flat. You're with me, Christine. I mean, last night I went to bed. I guess I could switch up the duo colors a little bit. Like we could do the darker one on the inside and lighter on the outside. But it's so funny. Like, this is why I think it's really good to sleep on your design work, especially when you're making big decisions, because it could be like $2,000 worth of wallpaper, you guys. It's a lot of wallpaper. So when you're spending that much on wallpaper, you just are like, I've got to make a decision and I have to live with it. You know, whatever that decision is going to be, that's going to be it. So I'm super excited about it, though. I'm hoping we can wallpaper this weekend and I can show you some of that. So I might be going live with some of that if you're interested in that. But that is all I have for today. We are in, oh my gosh, an hour, having our 3rd new Marketing for Creatives meeting today. I'm so excited. We're doing our 2nd round on branding, and I think it's going to be so good. I'm like so excited for all the things you guys are doing and learning. We just did one and Marketing for Creatives membership. This is our new membership, you guys. We what was I going to tell you? On Monday, we went through lots of different ways that you can get people onto your newsletter or your email list. Okay. So we went through some of the basics of it, and then we talked about ways to get people in. So I'm really excited for what you guys are learning. I'm hoping that you're open your eyes to like all the ways that you can market your creative or your maker business. If you are interested in learning about MCM, or maybe even coming to today's meeting or watching the replay for it, you can go to DesignSuiteCourses.com/get more customers. And that will get you a free workshop that I do and then tell you about our new MCM membership. So go check that out. We're also, this is Wednesday of a design bootcamp week. And I don't always go live, but right now I'm going live because we are introducing our new segmented design suite. So design suite typically has been 1 year, and this is the first time we have broken it up into semesters. So we've done this because we want it to align with some of the things that we are doing at the university. We also have been lucky enough to test things, right? So now that we're testing things in a semester-long format, and we've been testing things in a 6-month format, these last 4 years have been interesting because we're kind of like honing down on what's the most easy for people to do and commit to so that they can start their design business. So that's been cool. If you want to check out a design bootcamp, that's at DesignSuiteCourses.com/design bootcamp. And that's all I have for today. I'm so excited that you guys came. I'm going to give you one more close-up of this so that if you want to see it, and then maybe actually show you guys the back of it as well. So you can kind of see it right there behind me. Ooh, like trying to figure out the best way to show it. I do have a lot of different flowers in there and varying shades of like, you know, these almost look white, but they're actually a light pink in there. So it's like all varying shades of pink, which I really like because I like all pink. So I feel great about, you know, any kind of pink that's really going to work. Let me just show you really quick. This is like the hardest part because I'm on a computer. I'm going to flip you guys around this way, show you the behind this. So you can see a lot of them have really long pieces, and that's what's holding them in. Surprisingly, I think I could just just pull the whole thing down. And I did put a piece of wire holding all the pieces together at the top as well as the bottom to keep it together and make sure they're good. But if I was sitting and doing you guys are going to see this in motion, like, because we're going to have a new series called Dishing Tea. And talking, you'll see those behind me. And that's the point. It's just to make it look floral and make it work. Okay. Christine is saying she thinks the glow is weird. I think if you do a second blue, maybe it should be darker. Yeah, I agree with you, Christine. I just designed that last night and have to make a decision today, which is so hard to make a decision like that. All right, you guys, so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Tomorrow we are going live, and I haven't decided what I want to talk to you guys about. But if you can leave me any kind of information in the comments, like things you're like, oh, Karina, I wish you would talk about this, or you would show us this. I'm so happy to teach you guys on it and kind of learn a few things that we have going on. Right now, I'm really doing a ton of design, right? Like I'm designing myself a lot, and we're doing a ton of design, really doing a lot with marketing and understanding marketing and trying to figure out best ways to be consistent and get organized with our marketing, which is really fun. And then of course, university, which it might be fun to talk to you guys a little bit about the university and some of the things we do that's so different. In fact, that's what I'll do tomorrow, because tomorrow is university day also for Design Boot Camp. So the university is just like its own special beast. Has all its own wonderful things in it. And I think most people don't realize why and how we do things really differently than other universities. So I will talk about that tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, make sure you hop by tomorrow so I can tell you about the University of Arts and Design. You can find out about the university by going to uad.education. You can see a lot of great stuff there, but I would love to talk to you guys about the curriculum and why it is so unique, especially in the current university atmosphere. All right, you guys are great, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.